So what shows will you be seeing this next season? Let's get things started with the musical that's quickly becoming a family favorite for the holidays. You probably already know the story of Elf, a supersized version of Santa's helpers that tries to teach the world the true meaning of Christmas spirit and to prove once and for all that Santa really does exist.
It's the story of Buddy the Elf.
Elf is a hilarious musical about an orphan baby boy who mistakenly crawls into Santa's bag of gifts and is transported to the North Pole.
And when Santa got back to the North Pole that year, Buddy crawled out and he didn't know where he came from, so the elves raised him as their own, but he grew and grew and grew and grew. So Buddy's 6 foot tall, but he thinks he's an elf.
Little does he know that he's actually just like one of us, only he's working in Santa's workshop with the other elves, frustrated with his poor toy-making abilities and enormous size. He looks to Santa for support.
And his dad back in New York is on the naughty list, and Buddy decides to go back and bring the Christmas spirit to his dad.
Faced with this harsh reality and his stepbrother not believing in Santa, Buddy is still determined to win over his new family and help us all remember the true meaning of Christmas.
He makes them realize that if you just have some hope and you just have some belief, you can really raise yourself up. And I love that message, and I love that we can communicate that through our musical.
If you're a super fan of the hit movie, don't worry. This hilarious musical still has all your favorite scenes from the film.
We have the revolving door that he runs around in. We have him eating spaghetti and syrup with his brother every night live on stage. They eat real spaghetti with real maple syrup on it.
And don't be surprised if you get caught up in this Christmas cheer, singing loud for all to hear.
People in the audience actually reciting lines with our actors, because a lot of the lines are directly from the film. They know it that well, and it's such a holiday tradition for them. It gives them another way to celebrate that holiday tradition by actually coming and seeing it live.
But for most of us who celebrate Christmas here in sunny South Florida, you may have noticed at times it doesn't feel like the holidays. There's sand instead of snow and palm trees instead of pine trees. So, how would this musical get you into that holiday spirit?
New York at Christmas time is very, very special, as you know if you've been here, and we try and bring a slice of that with us. You can't help but be in the holiday spirit. We have the tree at Rockefeller Center, we have ice skating on stage, and we go to Macy's. We have all those little bit of iconic New York things too, and it snows every night on stage as well.
Bringing the Big Apple to Miami and belief into your hearts. But for these brilliant Broadway performers, they're not just acting as believers. They've been believing from the very beginning.